that little tool you showed me last night, and I'm like, I can't wait till I get all the other products on there, because it just made the postings easy. It was just, again, they're putting their arms around us and saying, we got you. And I love that we got your back type of attitude the corporate has. And also I loved how they said they won't do nothing unless it's good for the ambassadors, good for the company. To me, that says we're first. And, it's not greed, because, all rising tides lift all boats. And I just love that culture they're building with that company. So this is awesome. In the training, the thing about that I love about the training is it's very back to the basics. It's very keep it simple, stupid type of training. It's very duplicatable. But the other thing that I realized from talking to a lot of people that's in the business is, you have to be, you talk about being a product of the product. You have to be a product of this industry, and you got to kind of absorb everything. I've been reading a lot of books, listening to a lot of audio books, feeding my soul network marketing. And I got a lot of that. Is in order to be successful, you got to kind of be a product of the network marketing industry. So, and the last thing to me, which again is the hands down the best part of that conference and convention, was the friendships. Like Ron, who's on this call, Marsan, a lot of people on your team who, Dina, folks I've seen, Zoom meetings all this time, finally getting to meet them face to face, getting big hugs. They talk about this business. You gain a lot of good friendships, and it's already started. I mean, Joe Zook, I meant to get a hold of Joe, and we step out of our last picture on Thursday night, and he comes up behind me. So that kind of stuff to me is by far the best part of that convention.
Awesome. Thanks, GW. That was amazing. And yeah, I could not agree more. I think that's what a lot of us felt, is you build so many relationships at convention, new ones, old ones. And while we get to hear from our executives and just see the motivation, how the excitement of everybody else is, it's an amazing experience. And so thank you. Those were really good takeaways, GW. So next I'm going to have my husband, Scott. He's going to go ahead and share some takeaways that he felt were kind of powerful for you guys.
First for us, Jeannie, being Emerald, we got to experience convention a little different than the past two that we had been to. Not that the past two experiences were poor. This one was just enhanced a little bit more. And I had the opportunity to go to the Jewel training session. It opened up with Alec. And I'm just going to touch on a few things that he hit, but if you ever get a chance to visit with that man, it's real rewarding. He's down to earth and just talks to you like he's everyday Joe, same as I am. And it was really cool. But he started out with a quote, and forgive me, I can't say where it came from, but it said, "Work should enhance your life, not take away from it." Work should enhance your life, not take away from it. And I was just like, duh. And he went on to talk about boundaries and balancing your life, if there's such a thing as a balanced life. But he had 5 main tips. And what's interesting to me is earlier in the year, this winter, Jeannie went up to Scottsdale for the leadership training. And gosh dang, she brought so much home. But a lot of what she brought home was revisited in what Alec had to say. And I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but either way you get it, it's good take-home stuff. Alec says, schedule time each day to work your business. Boom. We all should be doing that. Hold yourself to your commitments. He touched on missing some really basic, simple events in his kids' lives that he wish he hadn't have, but I think it goes two ways, commit to your family, but also commit to your business. And then concentrate on business building activities during your scheduled business hours. And that came from leadership as well. They touched on that, but we've been hearing a lot about that the past year and a half, I guess, in various leadership trainings. And then again, Alec, like I said, he's average Joe. He said, don't reinvent the wheel. And like GW talked about, the product information stuff that they're giving us, I mean, half our job's done. Use it. And his fifth point was to take breaks. I mean, right on. I'm into that. So that was, I'm going to jump around a little bit. And then for any of you doubters or folks, you don't have to be a doubter. You might have a doubt or a question. Gosh, dang, how long is Plexus going to be around? Should we just kind of do what we can until it goes away? Tarl, first day he got up there, and I understand he was taking care of business, but if you're able to listen to what he had to say that first day and then throughout convention, he had a few major pointers that he tried to get across. He stressed the quality of the new employees that they're getting there at corporate. And basically, Plexus is kicking so much rear end, we're attracting the cream of the crop people. I mean, and he introduced them all, and we didn't read the resumes, but those folks are overly qualified and are phenomenal. He stressed his and Alec's commitment to the company, and he stressed, kind of repeating what GW said, but I think it really hits home, is that management decisions are not made unless they are good for both the company and the ambassadors. Not either way. And gosh dang, you got to appreciate that. And every time he mentioned commitment, it was for the long term. It wasn't for the next year or so. So again, touching on those doubts or questioning, Plexus isn't going away. It's here for a long term, and in my opinion, this new product Edge, it's a game changer, folks. And that fast acting block is just, I mean, put them together and they're pretty good duo. So again, on your doubts, I mean, look at the quality of our products, the quality of the company, product development, new products. If we come out, or Plexus comes out with one new product that's game changer, like the Edge, a year, think where we're going to go. And then the business building aids and the compensation plan. I think we're in good shape, folks. And then my third takeaway, it was also from the Jules training the other morning. They had this gal, her name Julie Clark. She created Baby Einstein. It's I don't know if you don't know what it is. It's combines like classical music with learning programming for kids. My boys watched it. Heck, they still might. But anyhow, she had 5 pearls of wisdom, and she said, "Make your luck." She said, "The harder I work, the more luckier I am." Makes sense. And then she said, "Make a positive difference. Be remarkable." I mean, think about it. We've got these remarkable products. How can we not be remarkable ourselves? And then the third one, pearls of wisdom, the third one was choose hope. And this gal, she's had really high success. I mean, phenomenal success. And she's also had some pretty phenomenal lows. And for her to sit up there and be positive and tell us how she's made it through all this, it was really cool. And to touch on that word hope, it was, I don't know, I believe in higher power, so I'll attribute it to that. You can attribute it to whatever you believe in. But today, Jeannie posted that we got our tickets for the Emerald Extravaganza in Hawaii. Woohoo! And we might be excited.
Just a little.
Anyhow, somebody messaged her in the replies, and the gal says, "Hey, Jeannie, your new name is Hope." Jeannie's made that difference in that gal's life, and I know several others, but we all have that opportunity. And Jeannie's reply was, "Well, if I can change one life, it's all worth it." And so I really liked that third pearl of wisdom. The fourth one was stay engaged, don't stop. Keep on keeping on. Keep on being creative, inspiring. Keep your dreams alive, like the theme of the convention, dream on. And then the fifth pearl of wisdom from this Julie Clark was don't forget to be grateful. Remember gratitude. And an example of that is, remember the motivational speaker, Rita Davenport? She said, tip housekeeping. That goes a long ways. And again, with the hope, giving other people hope for better times. And the last thing that I'll take away from convention, and that I'll share with you anyways, is how gracious and kind the Jules were. I mean, as a group, everybody was real cool. I had perfect strangers coming up to me and just shooting the bull and asking questions, but for the most part, those Jules were very approachable. Thankful if you did, and I think that's just reflective on the business and the leadership training that we're getting, and the corporate folks. So that's my takeaway. Thank you for your time. I'm going to turn it back to my lovely bride, and have a good evening.
Thanks, Henny. Great job, Scott. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful tips. Hope you guys all took notes on all of these that GW and Scott have shared so far. And our other Emerald ambassador, Ron Lindley, he's going to be sharing with you guys too. And I know he's going to have some also amazing stuff and takeaways. So without further ado, I'm going to let Ron share his takeaways.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Well, GW and Scott stole all my notes. They must have been able to read these things, because they said everything I was going to say, and I'm a little on edge about that. I'm just kidding. I love the new product, though. I've usually got plenty of energy, but got a big deck extension going on right now, and man, it's 8:30 at night, and I'm ready to keep going. But some of my takeaways in the Jules training, and I hate to say the Jules training that often, but as you become a leader, the way that the education is structured in Plexus, they just keep educating you at the level you're moving to. And it is phenomenal how Marianne and her team can do that. And I don't know too many other companies that put out that much effort to teach us and to let us better ourselves. But one big thing was develop your why. And your why may change. I know ours did. But really, truly develop your why, write it down, and revisit that once in a while, because why are you doing this? Is it a health issue? Is it a wealth issue? What is it? Do you like helping people? But develop your why, and help everybody. Whether they're on your team or not, be willing to help everybody. I had a visit this morning with a friend of mine who's in another company, and he feels he's pretty stale in that company. And so, I just shared some of the things I learned at convention for him to use in his own business. It is another network marketing business, and we got to want the best for everybody. So be willing to help everybody. And something else I've learned throughout my lifetime is don't burn bridges. You never know who's going to be the next ambassador on your team. And they might not be directly under you. They may be under somebody that's on your team already. but don't burn bridges. I think Scott said that a lot of the jewels were approachable. You know, I took it, everybody was approachable. And I loved going up to different people, and I didn't look at name badges. And maybe I'm bad about that, but to me, we all get up and get dressed the same. So we start in the same spot as a straight up ambassador with no customers and no team, you know, and we work our way up, and everybody's journey is different. So be approachable no matter what level in the company you are. And I think that will carry you a long, long ways. I really liked John Addison. I haven't read the book yet, but he said, decide who you are. That's very important. You know, decide who you are and what you're going to do. I really like this quote. Success is not a destination. It's a journey. And that spoke volumes to me, because I know a lot of successful people that aren't happy. So take all this in stride and learn to enjoy and be at peace with where you're at in your journey. Really enjoyed visiting with GW out there. I got a crick in my neck looking up at him, but you know, we talked a lot of times on the phone and via Facebook, but we had never met in person. And he spotted me in the Metaplexus training, and so we took 5-10 minutes, visited in the hallway, and that was phenomenal, you know. And definitely, like John Addison said, build on your strengths. You know, Kara and I, another thing is get your spouse involved if they're not. Let some of us guys try to help convince him to get him. But Kara and I do build on our strengths. You know, she's really good at the computer work and finding things on Facebook and the testimonies when people ask questions and those kind of things. And I like to talk. I like to visit with people. I love to doing one-on-ones and sharing the products. So we work on each other's strengths. But we also learn from everybody. We learn every time we sit down with our team. We did some soul searching at the pool a couple times, you know, and you just sit there and learn so much from other people that it's just phenomenal. Couple other things is Plexus, to me, is going to be a household name one of these days. It's going to be like Tylenol, Coca-Cola. It's going to be a household name. We are in the very infancy stages of this business. And I hope everybody realizes that, because the sky is the limit. You know, Plexus has blessed Kara and I way beyond what I ever expected it to. And because I didn't know what to expect, I guess. But, you know, who gets to work for a couple corporate execs that care about their people? You know, that just don't happen very often. We've got one company around here. It's a plastics company, and most of the employees love the owner of the company. But that, I tell you, folks, that is a very rare situation anymore, and especially in the corporate world. And Alec and Charles, Marianne, the whole crew, and like GW and Scott said, all the people that we're adding, you know, that speaks volumes for this company. So we're on to something here. These products work. I've got a friend of mine that's getting ready to become an ambassador, and she probably the worst that I've ever seen. And just a month on the ProBio, and her doctors are just flabbergasted with the results that she's having. Now, not everybody's going to see that quick results, but her blood levels are coming back. She's got everything working for her right now but platelets. She's got to have a blood transfusion to get her platelets back. But this girl was in a very, very, very bad way. So, count your blessings. I met an ambassador that was in a wheelchair. Last name was Orange, I think. Walked across the street with her, and she had such a positive attitude. And she's in that wheelchair because of a car wreck. And but I've seen Facebook posts of her in the pool on a floaty. You know what? Don't let anything hold you back. The convention was called Dream On. Just continue to dream on. Let this be your journey at your pace, and roll with it. It's awesome. Now, if you're already a leader of a team, I challenge you to have your team reach out to you. There are so many of our team, and there's a few of you on here tonight, and I'm not pointing fingers, but a lot of them say, well, I don't want to bother you. I don't want to bother you. Bother me, because it's really not a bother. You'd go and ask the boss or the superintendent at work a question if you needed it. Don't hold back, because I learned from my team. They learned from us. I learned from other teams. So be approachable, reach out, and I'll close with Leaders Retreat. Kara and I got to go October of 14 to Orlando, and then last year to DC. It's very attainable. The company pays for your 2 nights of your hotel. You get yourself there. The education is phenomenal. You do have a little more free time to network with other ambassadors, and that's what we really enjoy is when we can get a group of people we don't even know and sit and visit. So make Leaders Retreat a very attainable goal for you. Figure out how to do it and get there. So thank you. Good evening. And it's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, Ron. You nailed it. Good job. And I had to laugh because I don't know if you realize, if anybody else can see, but GW on our screen is right above Ron. So when you said you had to look up, it was funny because you looked up right. He's right above you. That was funny. So yeah, I just thought that was weird. Anyways, yes, and Leaders Retreat. And there was one other thing that I had forgot that I haven't been posting. I wanted to make sure and share with you guys because I think it got forgot about. But on the Consistency Club, the 3 and 500 Consistency Club that got talked about at convention, in the 500 Club, if you earn that, we have Leaders Retreat contest going June, July, and August. If you earn that 500 Consistency Club 2 out of those 3 months, you also earn VIP. If you make it to Leaders Retreat, they also give you VIP to Leaders Retreat, which is really cool because VIP convention seemed outstanding. And so they're going to spoil you rotten. So I just wanted to make sure and let you guys know because I know that Consistency Club is going to be another huge, huge thing. So definitely, like Ron said, it's an opportunity of a lifetime to get to Leaders Retreat. So one other thing I wanted to mention, and I cannot remember the ambassador, the Diamond Ambassador that said this, but it was be a difference maker. And I just absolutely loved that. Be a difference maker. Make a difference in somebody's life, just like Ron mentioned. So that was just my little keyword that I like using now. So anyways, you guys, thank you again, all of you so much. Oh, Ron, please go ahead.
Something that Ray Vick brought to my attention today, and I confirmed with my liaison, is since customer service is back to answering the phone promptly, and they've got a really educated team, and everything's rolling smooth. They are encouraging now that everyone take care of their own problems. Right. Ambassadors can call in for themselves, but they have to call in for themselves. Yeah. Customers have to call in for themselves. So we, as Jules, we can take care of odd problems and special problems and things like that, but the corporate now wants everyone to handle their own issues. So I just wanted to bring that up because we can't just pass it on to someone else all the time right now.
Great. Thank you, Ron. Yep. And it's exciting that we're back to that. That makes me so happy, not because I'm calling in all the time, but because we have great customer service again. And for our customers, our ambassadors, I mean, most of you heard when we call now, we can say 1 for ambassador, 2 for customer. I may have that backwards, but customers get priority. And that initial call, they said at convention, it's going to be the best call that customer will experience when they call in. And I think that's huge. So we want our customers and ambassadors to call in because it's going to be an amazing experience for them. So thank you, Ron, for covering that. But anyways, you guys, like I was saying, thank you all for calling in, taking some time with us. These 3 guys did amazing takeaways for you all. Any questions, please comment on the Freedom Team page or get with your upline. So you guys all have a wonderful evening. So good to see you all, and we will be talking to you all soon. Thank you.
Good night.